Two households, both alike in dignity, in fair Verona, where we lay our scene. From ancient grudge break to new mutiny, where civil hands make civil blood unclean. From forth the fatal loins of these two foes, a pair of star-crossed lovers take their life, whose misadventured piteous overthrows doth with their death bury their parents' strife. The fatal passage of their death-marked love, and the continuance of their parents' rage, which but the children's death not could remove, is now the 2 hours' passage of our stage, the which if you with patient ears attend, what here shall miss, our toil shall strive to mend.
Gregory, on my word, will not carry coals.
No, for then we should be colliers.
I mean, and we be in collar, will draw.
Aye, while you live, draw your neck out of collar.
I strike quickly being moved.
Thou were not quickly moved to strike.
A dog of the house of Montague moves me.
To move is to stir, and to be valiant is to stand. Therefore, if thou art moved, thou runnest away.
A dog of the house of Montague moves me to stand. I would take the wall of any man or maid of Montague.
That shows thee a weak slave, for the weakest goes to the wall.
'Tis true, and therefore women, being the weaker vessel, are ever thrust to the wall. I will show myself a tyrant. When I have fought with the men, I will be civil with the maids and cut off their heads.
The heads of the maids?
Aye, the heads of the maids, or their maiden heads. Take it in what sense thou wilt.
They must take it in sense that feel it.
Oh, me they shall feel when I am able to stand. 'Tis known I am a pretty piece of flesh.
'Tis well thou art not fish. If thou hadst been poor John. Draw thy tool. Here comes from the house of the Montague.
Quarrel, I will back thee.
How? Turn thy back and run?
Fear me not.
No, Mary, I fear thee.
Let us take the law of our sides. Let them begin.
I will frown as I pass by and let them take it as they list.
Nay, as they dare. I will bite my thumb at them, which is a disgrace to them if they bear it.
You bite your thumb at me, sir.
I do bite my thumb, sir.
You bite your thumb at me, sir.
Is the law on our side if I say aye?
No.
I do not bite my thumb at you, sir, but I do bite my thumb, sir.
Do you quarrel, sir?
Quarrel, sir? No, sir.
If you do, sir, I am for you. I serve a good a man as you.
No better.
Well, sir?
Say better. Here comes one of my master's kinsmen.
Yes, better.
You lie.
Draw if you be men. Gregory, look at that washing blow. Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
Fools. Put up your swords, you know not what you do.
What? Art thou drawn among these heartless hinds? Turn thee, Benvolio. Look upon thy death.
I do but keep the peace. Put up thy sword, or manage to depart these men with me.
What? Drawn in talk of peace. I hate the word as I hate hell. All Montagues, and thee.
And thee.
How that thee, coward?
Yeah!
Rebellion!
No!
Yes. Enemies to peace! Profaners of this neighbor's stained steel! Will they not hear? What ho! You men, you beasts, that quench the fire of your pernicious rage with purple fountains issuing from your veins! On pain of death, throw your mistempered weapons to the ground, and hear the sentence of your moved queen. 3 civil brawls bred of an airy word by thee, old Capulet, and Montague, have now thrice disturbed the quiet of our streets, and made Verona's ancient citizens cast by their grave beseeming ornaments to wield in partisans in hands as old. Now, if you ever disturb the quiet of our streets again, your lives shall pay the forfeit of the peace. At this time, all the rest depart away. You, Capulet, shall go along with me. And Montague, come you this afternoon to know our further pleasure in this case, to old Freetown, our common judgment place. Once more, on pain of death, all men depart.
Who set this ancient quarrel new abroach? Speak, nephew. Were you by when it began?
Here were the servants of your adversary, and yours. Close fighting ere I drew to approach. I drew to part them. In the instant came the fiery Tybalt with his sword prepared. And by his head he swung about his head and cut the winds, who nothing hurt withal, hissed him in scorn. And while we were interchanging thrusts and blows, came more and more, and fought on part and part, until the queen came, who parted either party.
Oh, where is Romeo? Saw you him today? Right glad I am he was not at this fray.
Sir, an hour before the worshipped sun peered forth across the golden window of the east, a troubled mind drove me to walk abroad. So early walking did I see your son. Towards him I made, but he was ware of me and stole into the covert of the wood, measuring his affections by mine own, which then most sought where most might not be found, being one too many by my weary self, pursued my humor, not pursuing his, who gladly shunned, who gladly fled from me.
Many a morning hath he there been seen, with tears augmenting the fresh morning's dew, adding clouds to more clouds with his deep sighs. But also soon as the all-cheering sun should in the furthest east begin to draw the shady curtains from Aurora's bed, away steals home my heavy son, and pens himself in his private chamber, shuts up his windows, locks fair daylight out, and makes himself an artificial night. Black and pretentious must this humor prove, unless good counsel may its cause remove.
My noble uncle, do you know the cause?
I neither know it nor can learn of him.
Have you importuned him by any means?
Could we but learn from whence this humor grows, we would as willingly give cause as known.
But see where he comes. So please you step aside. I'll know his grievance or be much denied.
I would thou were I so happy to hear true shrift.
Good morrow, noble cousin.
Is the day so young?
But new struck nigh.
Ay me, sad hours seem long. Is that my father that went hence so fast?
It was. What sadness lengthens Romeo's hours?
Not having that which having makes them short.
In love?
Out!
Of love?
Out of her favor where I am in love.
Alas, that love so gentle in his view appears to be so rough and tyrannous in proof.
Alas, that love whose view is muffled still should without eyes see pathways to his will. Where shall we dine? Oh me! What a frame is here! Yet, tell me not. Here's much to do with hate, but more with love. Is that my father that went hence so fast?
It was. Much sadness lengthens Romeo's hours.
Not having that which having makes them short.
In love?
Out!
Of love?
Out of her favor where I am in love.
Alas, that love, so gentle in his view, yet to be so rough and tyrannous in proof.
Alas, that love whose view is muffled still should without eyes see pathways to his will. Where shall we dine? Oh me! What a frame is here! Yet, tell me not. Here's much to do with hate, but more with love. Why then, oh brawling love, oh loving hate, oh anything of nothing first create? Heavy lightness, cold fire, bright smoke, sick health, misshapen chaos of well-seeming forms. That is not what it is. Is love? Feel I, but feel no love in this. Does thou not laugh?
No, kind. I rather weep.
Oh, good hearts, at once!
At thy good heart's oppression.
Oh, such is love's transgression. Love is a fire, sparkling in lovers' eyes. A sea, nourished with loving tears. What is it else? A choking gall, the madness most discreet, a preserving sweet. Farewell, my cuz.
Soft! I will go along. And if you leave me so, you do me wrong.
Tut! I have lost myself. This is not Romeo. He's some other where.
Tell me in sadness, who is that you love?
What shall I groan and tell thee?
Groan? Why, no! But sadly tell me who.
A sick man in sadness makes his will. A word ill urged to one who is so ill. In sadness, cousin, I do love a woman.
I aim so near when I supposed you loved.
Right fair mark, and she's fair, I love.
A right fair mark, fair cuz, is soonest hit.
And that hit you'll miss. Should not be hit with Cupid's arrow, she hath Diane's wit. In strong proof of chastity, well armed against love's weak, childish bow, she lives uncharmed. She will not stay the siege of loving terms, nor bide the encounter of assailing eyes, nor ope her lap to saint-seducing gold. She is rich in beauty, only poor that with her beauty dies the store.
She hath sworn that she will live chaste.
She hath, and in that swearing makes huge waste, for beauty cuts love off from all severity.
Be ruled by me. Forget to think of her!
Teach me how I should forget to think.
By giving liberty unto thine eyes. Examine other beauties.
Show me a beauty who is passing fair. What doth her beauty serve but as a note that I may read who passed that passing fair? Farewell, cuz thou canst not teach me to forget.
I will pay that doctrine or else die in debt.
But Montague is bound as well as I, in penalty alike. And 'tis not hard, I think, for one so old as we to keep the peace.
Of honorable reckoning are you both, and pity 'tis you been at odds for so long. But tell me, madam, what say you to my sheep?
That saying o'er what I have said before. My child is yet a stranger in this world. She hath not seen the change of 14 years. Let 2 more summers wither in their pride, ere we may think her right to be a bride.
Younger than she, our happy mother's maid.
And too soon marred are those so early made. Earth hath swallowed all my hopes but she. She's the hopeful lady of my earth. But woo her, gentle Paris, get her heart. My will to her consent is but a part, and she agreed within her scope of choice lies my consent and fair according voice. This night I hold an old accustomed feast, whereto I have invited many a guest such as I love. You, among the store, most welcome makes my number more. Go, Sirrah, trudge about through fair Verona, and find those persons out whose names are written there, and to them say my house, and welcome on their pleasure stay.
Find those out whose names are written here. It is written that the shoemaker should meddle with his yard, and the tailor with his last, and the fisherman with his pencils, and the painter with his nets, but I am sent to find those whose names are here writ, but can never find the names the writing person had here writ. God, I must have been learned. Oh, in good time.
Why, Romeo, art thou mad?
Not mad, but bound more than a madman is. Shut up in prison, whipped and tormented. Gotti good end, good fellow.
Gotti good end? I pray, sir, can you read?
Why, my own fortune and my misery.
Perhaps you learned it without book, but I pray, can you read anything you see?
If I know the letters and the language.
You say honestly, rest you merry.
Stay, lady, I can read. Signor Martino and his wife and daughters, the lady widow of Vitruvio, Signor Placencio and his lovely nieces, Mercutio and his brother Valentine, mine uncle Capulet and his wife and daughters, my fair niece Rosaline, and Livia, Signor Valentino and his cousin Tybalt, Lucio and the lively Helena. A fair assembly. Whither should they come?
Up
Whither? To supper?
to our house?
Whose?
My mistress's.
Indeed. I should have asked you that before.
Oh, now I'll tell you without asking. My mistress is the great rich Capulet, and if you be not of the house of Montague, I pray, come and crush a cup of wine. Rest you merry.
At this same ancient feast of Capulets sups the fair Rosaline, whom thou so loves. With all the admired beauties of Verona, go thither, and with an unattained eye, examine some beauties that I shall show, and I shall make thee think thy swan a crow.
I'll go, but no such sight to be shown, but to rejoice in splendor of mine own.
Nurse, where's my daughter? Call her forth to me.
Oh, by my maidenhead, a 12-year-old, I bade her come. What lamb, what ladybird. Where is this girl? What
Juliet!
How now? Who called?
Your mother.
Madam, I am here. What is your will?
This is the madam. Nurse, give leave a while. We must talk in secret. Nurse! Back again. They have remembered me. Thou Pierrot. Thou knowest my daughter's of a pretty age.
Of her age unto an hour.
She's not 14.
I'll lay 14 of my teeth, and to my teeth being spoken, I have but 4. She's not yet 14.
A fortnight and all day.
Even or odd, of all the days of the year, come longest even night, shall she be 14? Susan is she. God rest her Christian soul. Or of an age. Oh. Susan is with God. She was too good for me. But as I said, come longest even night, shall she be 14? That shall she. Oh, Mary, I remember it well. 'Twas since the earthquake now 11 years, and she was blamed, I shall never forget it, of all of the days of the year upon that day. And since that time it has been 11 years. Since by then she could stand high long. Nay, by fruit she could have run and waddled all about for even the day before she broke her brow. And then my husband, God be with his soul, was a merry man, took up the child. Yea, quoth he, dost thou fall upon thy face? Thou fall backward now as well, yet shalt thou not fool. And by my Holiday, the pretty wretch left crying, and said, see now how a jest shall come about. I shall live 1,000 years and never forget it. Wilt thou not, fool? Pretty fool, it stinted, and said I.
Enough of this. I pray thee. Hold thy peace.
Thou wilt fall backward when thou hast comest of age, wilt thou not, fool?
And sit thou, I pray thee, says I.
Peace I have done. God mark thee to his grace. Thou wast the prettiest babe that e'er I nursed. I might live to see thee married once.
Mary. That, Mary, is the very theme I came to talk of. Tell me, daughter Juliet, how stands your disposition to be married?
It is an honor I dream not of.
Well, think of marriage now. Younger than you, here in Verona, ladies of esteem are made already numbers. By my count, I will do mother much upon these years that you are now a maid. Thus, in brief, the valiant Paris seeks you for his love.
A man, your lady. Lady, such a man as all the world wants. He's a man of life.
Verona's summer hath not such a flower.
Things a flower, and the very flower.
What say you? Can you like the gentleman? This night, you shall behold him at our feast. Read o'er the volume of young Paris' face, and find delight with there with beauty's pen. Examine every married lineament, and see how one another lends content. And what obscured in this their volume lies, find written in the margins of his eyes. So shall you share all he doth possess by having him, making yourself no less.
No less, no bigger. Women grow by them.
Speak briefly. Can you like the Paris love?
I'll look to like if looking like you move, but no deeper will I dart my eyes, then your consent gives strength to make a fly.
Juliet, the county stays.
Go, girls. Happy nights to happy days.
Nay, gentle Romeo, we shall have you dance.
Not I. You have dancing shoes with nimble soles. I have a soul of lead, so stakes me to the ground, I cannot move.
You are a lover. Borrow Cupid's wings and soar with them above the common bound.
I am too sore impierced with his shaft, to soar with his light wings. I cannot bound a pitch above dull woe, and under love's heavy burden do I sink.
And to sink in it, should you burden love? Too much oppression for a tender thing.
Is love a tender thing? It is too rude, too boisterous, and it pricks like a thorn.
If love be rough with you, be rough with love. Prick love for pricking, and you beat love down.
Let wanton sleight of heart tickle the senseless rushes with their heels, for I am proverbed with a grandsire phrase. Be a candle holder and look on. The game was never for me, and I am done.
If thou art done, we'll draw thee from the mire, or save your reverence, love, wherein thou stickest up to the ears. Come, we burn the daylight, ho!
Nay, that's not so.
I mean, sir, in delay, we waste our lights in vain. Light lights by day.
And we mean well in going to this mass, but 'tis no wit to go.
Why, may one ask?
I dreamt a dream tonight.
And so did I.
What was yours?
The dreamers often lie.
In bed asleep they do dream things true.
Oh, then I see Queen Mab hath been with you. She's the fairy's midwife, and she comes in shape no bigger than an agate stone on the forefinger of an alderman, drawn with a team of little atomi over men's noses as they lie asleep. Her wagon spokes made of long spinners' legs, the cover of the wings of grasshoppers, the traces of the smallest spider web, the color of the moonshine's watery beams, her whip of cricket's bone, the lash of film, her wagoner a small gray-coated gnat, not half so big as a round blue worm pricked from a lazy finger of a maid. Her chariot's an empty hazelnut, made by a joiner squirrel or old grub. Time out of mind the fairies' coachmakers. And in the stage she gallops night by night through lovers' brains, and then they dream of love. Through on courtiers' knees who dream on curtsy straight, or lawyers' fingers who straight dream on fees, or ladies' lips who straight on kisses dream, who of the angry mab with blisters plagues because their breaths with sweetmeats tainted are. Sometimes she gallops over courtiers' nose, and then dreams he of smelling out a suit, and sometime comes she with a tight big tail, tickling a parson's nose as he lies asleep, then dreams he of another benefice. Sometimes she driveth over a soldier's neck, and then dreams he of cutting foreign throats, of breeches, ambuscados, Spanish blades, of bells 5 fathom deep, and then anon, drums in his ear, at which he starts and wakes, and being thus frighted, swears a prayer or two, and sleeps again. This is that very mab that plaids the manes of horses in the night, and bakes the elf flocks in foul sluttish hair, which once untangled much misfortune bodes. This is the hag that, when maids lie on their backs, that dresses them and learns them first to bear, making them women of good carriage. This is
Mercutio, peace! Thou talkest of nothing!
True, I talk of dreams, which are the children of an idle brain, begot of nothing but vain fantasy, which are as thin of substance as the air, and as inconstant as the wind that woos even now the frozen bosom of the north.
This wind you speak of blows us from ourselves. Supper's done, and we shall come too late.
I fear too early, for my mind misgives some consequence, yet hanging in the stars shall bitterly begin his date with this night's revels, and expire the term of a despised life closed in my breast by some forfeit of untimely death. But he that hath the steerage of my course, direct my sail. On, lusty gentlemen.
Andiamo, eh?
Andiamo.
Welcome, gentlemen. Ladies who have their toes unplagued with corns will walk about with you. Oh, my mistresses, which of you all will now deny to dance? She that makes dainty, she elsewhere hath corns, and I come near you now. Welcome, gentlemen. Oh, I have seen the day when I could tell a whispering tale in a fair youth's ear, such as would please. 'Tis gone, 'tis gone, 'tis gone. You are welcome, gentlemen. Come, musicians, play a hole, give room and foot it. And quench the fire, this room is grown too hot. Oh, this unlooked for sport comes well.
Do again.
What lady is that?
I know not, sir.
Oh, she doth teach the torches to burn bright. Beauty too rich for use, for earth too dear. Did my heart love till now? Or swear its sight, for I ne'er saw true beauty till this night.
This, by his voice, should be a Montague. Fleer and scorn at our solemnity. Now, by the stock and the honor of my kin, to strike him dead, I hold it not a sin.
How now, kinsman? Wherefore storm you so?
This is a Montague, our foe, a villain that is hither come in spite, to scorn at our solemnity this night.
Young Romeo, is it?
'Tis he, that villain Romeo.
Content thee, gentle cause, let him alone. He bears him like a portly gentleman, and to speak truth, Verona brags of him to be a virtuous and well-governed youth. I would not, for the wealth of all this town, here in my house, do him disparagement. Therefore be patient. It is my will, the which, if thou respect, shall a fair presence, and put off these frowns, an ill-beseeming semblance for a feast.
It fits when such a villain is a guest, I'll not endure him.
He shall be endured. What, goodman boy, I say he shall. Go to. Am I the mistress here, or you? Go to. You'll not endure him. God shall mend my soul. You'll make a mutiny among my guests. You will set cock-a-hoop, you'll be the man.
My aunt, 'tis a shame.
Is't so indeed? This trick may chance to scathe you. I know what, you must contrary me. Be quiet, or for shame I'll make you quiet. What? Surely my heart.
Patience, perforce with willful choler meeting, makes my flesh tremble in their different greeting. I will withdraw, but this intrusion shall now seeming sweet convert to bitterest straw.
I profane with my unworthiest hand, gentle sin is this: 2 blushing pilgrims ready stand to soothe that rough touch with a tender kiss.
Good pilgrim, you do wrong your hands too much, which mannerly devotion does show. And saints do have hands that pilgrims do touch, 'cause palm to palm is holy palmer's kiss.
Have saints not lips, and holy palmers too?
I, pilgrim, lips that they must use in prayer.
Then move not, while my prayer's effect I take.
And saints do not move, grant for prayer's sake.
Thus from my lips by thine my sin is purged.
And my hands have the sin that thy lips did give.
Sin from my lips, O trespass sweetly urged, give me my sin again.
You kiss by the book.
Madam, your mother craves a word with you.
Who is her mother?
Mary, actually her mother is the lady of the house, and a good lady, and a wise and a virtuous. I nursed her daughter that you talked withal. I tell you, he that can lay hold of her shall have good chance.
Is she truly a Capulet? Oh dear account, my life is in my foe's debt.
Away! Begone, the sport is at its best!
All the more I fear is my unrest.
Nay, gentlemen, prepare not to be gone. We have a trifling foolish banquet toward.
Banquet!
Is even so. Why then I thank you all. I thank you, honest gentlemen. Good night. Come on then, let's to bed. It waxes late. How's my rest? Come hither, nurse. What is yon gentleman?
The son and heir of old Tiberio.
What is he that goes out the door now?
Mary, that be, I think, young Patricia.
What is he that follows? He who would not dance.
I know not.
Go ask his name. If he is to be married, my grave is like to be my wedding bed.
His name is Romeo, and a Montague, the only son of your great enemy.
My only love sprung from my only hate. Too early seen unknown and known too late. Oh, prodigious birth it is to me that I must love a loathed enemy.
What's this? What's this?
Just a rhyme I learned with one I danced with all tonight.
Juliet!
Anon! Anon, come, let's away. All the strangers are gone.
Now old desire doth in its deathbed lie, and young affection gapes to be his heir. Now Romeo is beloved and loves again, alike bewitched by the charm of looks, and to his foe supposed he must complain, and she steal love's sweet bait from fearful hooks. Being held a foe, he may not have access to breathe such vows as lovers used to swear, and she, as much in love, her means much less, reduces her affection anywhere, but passion lends them power time means to meet, tempering extremities with extreme sweets.
Can I go forward when my heart is here? Turn back, dull earth, and find thy center out.
Romeo! Romeo, my cousin, Romeo!
He is wise, and on my life hath stolen him home to bed.
He hath ran this way and leapt the orchard wall. Come, call, good Mercutio.
Nay, I'll conjure too. Romeo! Humors! Passion! Madman! Lover! I peer thou in the likeness of a sign. Speak but one rhyme, and I am satisfied. He heareth not, he moveth not, he stirreth not. The ape is dead, and I must conjure him. I conjure thee by Rosaline's bright eyes, by her high forehead and her scarlet lip, by her fine foot, straight leg and quivering thigh, and the domains that there adjacent lie, that in thy likeness thou appear to us.
Hear thee? Thou wilt anger him. Come, he hath hid himself among these trees to be consorted with the humorous night. Blind is love that best befits the dark.
Romeo! Good night. Out to my tridal bed. This field bed is too cold for me to sleep. Left with blind love cannot bring the heart. Shall we go?
Yes. 'Tis not means to be found for one who means not to be found.
He dressed at scars that never felt a wound. But soft, what light from yonder window breaks, it is the east, and Juliet is the sun. Arise, fair sun, and kill the envious moon, who is already sick and pale with grief, that thou, her maid, art far more fair than she. Be not her maid, for she is envious, and her vesture livery is but sick and green, and none but fools do wear it. Cast it off. It's my lady. Oh, that she knew she were. She speaks, yet says nothing. What of that? For I discourses, I will answer. I'm too bold. 'Tis not to me she speaks. Two of the fairest stars in all of heaven, having some business, do entreat her eyes to twinkle. They in her heads. The brightness of her eye would through the airy region stream so bright that birds would sing and think it were not night. See how she leans her cheek upon her hand. Oh, that I were a glove on that hand, that I might touch that cheek.
Ay me!
She speaks, yet speak again, bright angel, for thou art as glorious to this night being over my head as the winged messenger of heaven.
Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo? Deny thy father and refuse thy name. For if thou wilt not, be but sworn my love, and I'll no longer be a Capulet.
Shall I hear more? Shall I speak at this?
'Tis but thy name that is my enemy. Thou art thyself, though not a Montague. What's Montague? It is nor hand, nor foot, nor arm, nor face, nor any other word belonging to a man. What's in a name? That by which we call a rose by any other word would smell as sweet. So Romeo would, were he not Romeo called, still retain the dear perfection that is to him without that title. So Romeo, doff thy name, for it is no part of thee. Take all myself.
I take thee at thy word. Call me but love, and I'll be new baptized. Henceforth I never will be Romeo.
What man art thou? Thus bescreened in night, stumblest upon my counsel.
By a name I know not how to tell thee who I am, for my name, dear saint, is hateful to myself, because it is an enemy to thee. Had I written, I would tear the word.
My ears have not yet drunk 100 utterings of thy tongue, yet I know the sound. Art thou not Romeo and a Montague?
Neither, fair maid, if either thee dislike.
How camest thou hither? The orchard walls are high and hard to climb, and this place death, considering who thou art, should my kinsman find thee here.
With love's light wings did I approach these walls, for stony limits cannot hold love out. What dares love attempt that? Therefore thy kinsmen are stopped to me. Look thou sweet, and I am proof against their enmity.
If they do see me, they will murder me, and I not for the world that they do see thee here.
Alack, there lies more peril in 20 of their swords than there lies more peril in thine eye than 20 of their swords. Look, and but thou love me, let me find it. My life were better ended by their hate than death probed wanting of thy love.
By whose direction foundest out this place?
By love that did first lead me to inquire. I lent him eyes, and he lent me counsel. I am no pilot, but wert thou as far as that vast shore washed with the finest sea, well, I would adventure for such merchandise.
Thou knowest the mask of night is on my face, else would a maiden blush bepaint my cheeks for what thou hast heard me speak tonight. But fain would I dwell on, fain, deny what I have spoke. Dost thou love me? Oh, I know thou wilt say aye, and I will take thy at their word, and yet, if you swearest, thou mayest prove false. They say at lovers' perjuries, Jove laughs. But dear Romeo, please do, if you love me, pronounce it faithfully. Oh, gentle man, I will prove to be more true than those that have more coin to be strange. I should have been more strange, I must confess, but that thou overheardest ere I was where my true love's passion. Therefore do pardon me, and do not impute this yielding to light love which the dark night hath so discovered.
Lady, by yonder blessed moon I vow that tips with silver
Oh, swear not by the moon, the inconstant moon, who monthly changes in her circled orb, lest thy love prove likewise variable.
What shall I swear by?
Do not swear at all, or if thou must, swear by thy gracious self, the god of my idolatry, and I'll believe thee.
If my heart's dear love...
Well, do not swear at all. Although I joy in you, I have no joy of this contract tonight. It is too rash, too sudden, too ill-advised, too like the lightning which doth cease to exist ere one can say it lightens. So sweet, good night. This bud of love by summer's ripening breath may prove a beauteous flower when next we meet. So good night, good night.
Oh, wilt thou leave me so unsatisfied?
What satisfaction canst thou have tonight?
The exchange of thy love's faithful vow for mine.
I did give thee mine before thou didst request it, and yet I would it were to give again.
Wouldst thou withdraw it? Oh, for what purpose, love?
But to be frank and give it thee again, my bounty is as boundless as the sea, my love as deep, and the more I give to you, the more I have, for both are infinite. To Montague, adieu. I hear some noise within. Anon, good nurse. I shall return. Stay but a little.
Oh, blessed, blessed night. I am afeard all this being a night is but a dream, too flattering sweet to be substantial.
3 words, dear Romeo, and good night indeed. If thy bent of love is honorable, I purpose marriage, I will send to thee by one who I'll procure all tomorrow, and there I'll lay all my fortunes at your feet and follow you, my lord, throughout the world. Madam. I come anon, but if thou dost not mean well, I do beseech thee. Madam. By and by I come, to cease thy strife and leave me to my grief. Tomorrow I will send.
So revive my soul.
1,000 times good night.
1,000 times the more to want thy light. Love goes towards love like schoolboys from their books, but love from love towards school with heavy looks.
Hiss, Romeo, hiss!
It is my soul that calls my name. How silver sweet sound lovers' tongues by night, like softest music to attending ears.
Romeo.
My dear.
What o'clock tomorrow shall I send to thee?
By the hour of 9.
I will not fail. 'Tis 20 years till then. I have forgot why I did call thee back.
Let me stand here till thou dost remember.
And I shall continue to forget to have you stand here, remembering how I love thy company.
And I'll still stay, forgetting any other home but this.
I should have you stay, but I should have you leave, for it is near morning, and yet no farther than a wanton's bird, who lets it hop a little from his hand, for plucking it back with silken threads, so loving, jealous of his liberty.
I would thy bird.
Sweet, so would I. And yet I should kill you with so much cherishing. Therefore, good night. Parting is such sweet sorrow that I shall say good night till the morrow.
Sleep dwell upon thine eyes, and peace in thy breast. When I were asleep, and peace so sweet to rest. Hence will I to my ghostly friar's close cell. His help I crave, and this dear hap to tell.
Gray-eyed morn smiles on the frowning night, checkering the eastern clouds with streaks of light. Now, ere the sun advances his burning eye, the day to cheer and night's dank dew to dry, I must upfill this osier cage of ours with baleful weeds, precious juicy flowers. The earth, that's nature's mother, is her tomb. What is her burying grave? That is her womb. And from her womb, children of diverse kind. We, sucking on the natural bosom, find many for many, virtues excellent, none but for some, yet all are equal. Oh, nickel is the powerful grace that lies in plants, herbs, stones, and their true qualities. For not so vile that on the earth doth live, but to the earth some special good doth give. For not so good, but strained from that fair use, revolts from to birth, stumbling on abuse. Oh, virtue itself turns vice, being misapplied, and vice sometime by action dignified. Within the infant rind of this weak flower, poison hath residence and medicine power. For this being smelt with each part, cheers each part. Being tasted, stays all senses with the heart.
Good morrow, Father.
Benedicity! What early tongue so sweet deludeth me? Good son, it argues a distemper head so soon to bid good morrow to thy bed. Care keeps his watch on every old man's eye, and where care lodges, sleep will never lie. Or, if not so, then here I hit it right. Our Romeo hath not been in bed tonight.
That last is true. The sweeter rest was mine.
God pardon sin. Hast thou been with Rosaline?
Rosaline, my ghostly father, no, I've forgotten that name, and that name's woe.
That's my good son. But where hast thou been then?
I'll tell thee ere thou askest me again. I have been feasting with mine enemy, when on a sudden one hath wounded me. That's by me wounded.
Be plain, good son, and speak honestly. Riddling confession finds but riddling shrift.
Then plainly know my heart's dear love is set on the fair daughter of rich Capulets. As mine is set on hers, so hers is set on mine, save what thou must combine by holy marriage. I'll tell thee as me pass, but thou consent to marry us today?
Holy Saint Francis, what a change is here! Is Rosaline that thou didst love so dear, so soon forsaken? Young men loves lies not truly in their hearts, but in their eyes.
Thou chidest me off for loving Rosaline.
For doting, not for loving people mine.
Badst me bury love.
Not in the grave to lay one in, another ought to have.
Her I love now doth grace for grace and love for love allow. The other did not so.
Oh, she knew well thy love did read by rote, but could not spell. But come, young waverer, come with me. In one respect, I'll thy assistant be. For this alliance may so happy prove to turn your household's rancor to pure love.
Oh, let us hence, I stand on sudden haste.
Wisely and slow, they stumble that run fast.
Where the devil should this Romeo be? Came he not home tonight?
Not to his father's, I spoke with his man.
That same pale, hard-hearted wench, that Rosaline, torments him so that he will sure run mad.
Dibble, the kingsman told Capulet had sent a letter to his father's house.
A challenge on my life.
Romeo will answer it.
Any man that can write may answer a letter.
Nay, only the letter's master may answer a letter, how he dares being dared.
Poor Romeo, he's already dead, stabbed with a white wench's black eye, run through an ear with a wild song, and is here a man to encounter Tybalt.
Why? What is Tybalt?
More than a prince of cats, I tell you. He is a courageous captain of compliments. He fights like you sing prick song, keeps time, distance, proportion of the immortal passato, the punto reversal, the high.
The what?
Oh, by Jesu, a very good blade, a very tall man, a very good whore. Is this not a lamentable thing, grandsire, that we should thus be afflicted by these strange flies, these fashion mongers, these pardon me's who stand so much on the new form that they cannot sit at ease on old benches? Oh, their bones, their bones!
Here comes Romeo. Here
Oh.
comes Romeo.
Without his roll like a dried herring. Oh, flesh, flesh. Frenchified. Signor Romeo, bonjour. Here's French salutation to your French slut. You gave us counterfeit fairly last night.
Good morrow to you both. What counterfeit did I give you?
The slip, sir! The slip! Can you not conceive?
Oh, pardon, good Mercutio, but in such a case as mine, a man may strain courtesy.
That as much as to say, such a case as yours constrains a man to bow in the hands.
Meaning to curtsy.
Thou hast most kindly hinted.
A most courteous explanation.
Nay, I am the very pink of courtesy.
Pink for flower?
Ooh. Right.
Well then my pump is well flowered.
Oh, sure wit. Follow me this jest till thou hast worn out thy pump. Then when the single sole of it is worn, the jest may remain after the wearing. Solely singular.
Oh, single soul jest, solely singular for the singleness.
Come between us, good Benvolio, my wits faint.
At that switch and spur, I'll cry a match.
Nay, if our wits run a wild goose chase, I am done, for thou hast more of a wild goose chase in one of thy wits than I have, I am sure, in my whole 5. Was I there with you for the goose?
Oh, thou wast not with me for anything when thou wast not there for the goose.
The goose?
I will bite thee by the ear for this jest.
Nay, good bite not, good goose.
Your wit is very bitter, sweetie. It is the most sharp sauce.
Is it not then well served into a sweet goose?
Oh, here's an inch of cheverel that stretches from an inch narrow to an L broad.
Oh, I stretch it out for that word broad, which added to the goose proves the far and wide. A broad goose.
Is this not better than groaning for love? Now art thou sociable. Now art thou Romeo. Now art thou what thou art, by art as well as by nature. For this dribbling love is like a great natural that runs lowing up and down, trying to hide his bubble into a hole.
Stop! There!
You stopped in my tail against the hair.
Thou wouldst else have made thy tail large.
Thou art deceived. I would have made it short. For I would have made it short. I has come in the whole depth of my tail, and indeed meant to occupy the argument no longer.
Here's goodly gear. A sail. Woo!
God you good morrow, gentlemen.
Goddy good e'en, fair gentlewoman.
Is it good evening?
'Tis no less, I tell you, for the body hand of a dial is now upon the prick of the noon.
Upon you! What a man are you?
One gentlewoman that God hath made himself to mar.
By my troth, is it well said, for himself to mar, quoth he. Gentlemen, can any of you tell me where I may find the young Romeo?
Well, I can tell you, but young Romeo will be older when you found him than he was when you sought him. I am the youngest of that name, for fault of the worse.
You say well. Oh, is the worst well? Very well took in faith. Wisely.
Me, sir, I desire some confidence with you.
She will entice him to some supper.
Abroad. So ho!
What hast thou found?
No hair, sir, unless the hair, sir, is in the Lenten pie, which is something stale on the horn, ere to be spent. An old hair whore is a very good meat in Lent. But a hair that is whore is too much for a score, but it whores ere it be spent. Romeo, will you come to your father? We're to dinner thither.
I will follow you.
Farewell, ancient lady. Farewell. Lady!
I pray you, sir, what saucy merchant was this that was so full of his ropery?
A gentleman, nurse, that loves to hear himself talk and will speak more in a minute than he will stand to in a month.
And if you speak anything against me, I'll take him down. And if he were lustier than he is in 20 such jacks. And if I cannot, I'll find someone that shall. Scurvy knave. I'm none of his flirt gills. I'm none of his schemed mates. I pray you, sir, a word. And as I said, my young lady bid me inquire you out. What she bid me say, I will keep to myself. But first, let me tell you, you should leave her to a fool's paradise, as they say, with a very gross kind of behavior, as they say, for the gentlewoman is young. And if you should deal double with her, truly were an ill thing to be offered to any gentlewoman, a very weak deal.
Nurse, commend me to thy lady. I protest unto thee.
Good heart and faith. Lord, she will be a joyful woman. I will tell her as well.
What wilt thou tell her? Thou dost not mark me.
I will tell her, sir, that you do protest, which as I take as a very gentlemanlike art.
Bid her devise some means to come to shrift this afternoon, and at Friar Lawrence's cell she shall be shrived and married. Here's for thy pains.
No, truly, sir, not a bit.
Go to. I say you shall.
This afternoon, sir, well, she shall be there.
Farewell. Be trusty and I'll quit thy pains. Commend me to thy lady.
Aye, 1,000 times.
At 9 o'clock I did send a nurse, and in half an hour she promised to return. Perchance she cannot meet him. No, that's not so. Oh, she is lame. Love's herald should be thought which 10 times faster than the sun's beams glide over lowering hills. The sun is now on the highmost hill of its day's journey, and from 9 till 12 is 3 long hours, and still she not return. If she had warm youthful blood and affections, she would be as fast in motion as a ball, and my words would bandy her to my sweet love and his to me. But many old people, vain as they were dead, unwieldy, slow, heavy, and pale as lead. Oh, here comes my nurse. Oh, honey nurse, what news? Why dost thou look sad? If thy news is sad, say it merrily. Or if it's good, thou shamest the music of the sweet music of good news, with playing it to me but such sour a face.
I am weary. Give me leave a while. Tonight how my bones ache. Oh, what a jaunt am I.
I would I had thy bones and I thy news. Speak, good nurse, speak.
Jasper, what haste? Can you not stay a while? Do you not see that I am out of breath?
How art thou out of breath when thou hast breath to tell me that thou art out of breath? The excuse that thou dost make is much longer than the story that thou dost excuse. Is thy news good or bad? Say that much and I'll state the circumstance. Is it good or bad?
You have made a simple choice. You know not how to choose a man. Romeo, no, not he, though his face be better than any man's. His leg excels all men's, and for a hand, and a foot, and a body, though they be not talked on, and yet they are past compare. He is not the flower of courtesy, but I'll warrant him as gentle as a lamb. Go thy ways, wench, serve God. Oh, what, have you dined at home?
No, but all this I knew before. What says he of our marriage? What of that?
Lord, how my head aches. Oh, what a head have I. Beshrew your heart for sending me about to catch my death with jaunting up and down.
Faith, I'm sorry thou art not well. What says my love?
Your love says, like an honest gentleman, and a courteous, and a kind, and a handsome, and I'll warrant a virtuous. Where is your mother?
Where is my mother? Why, she is inside. Where else should she be? How oddly hast thou reply. Your love says, like an honest gentleman, where is your mother?
God's lady dear, are you so hot? Mary, come up my troth. Is this the poultice for my aching bones? Henceforward, do your messages yourself.
Here is such a foil. Come. What says Romeo?
Have you had leave to go shrift today?
I have.
Hie you hence to Friar Lawrence's cell. This is a husband to make you a wife. Now comes the wanting blood of your cheeks, until the scarlet straight and any news. Get you to church. I must have away. You shall bear the burden soon at night. Go, all to dinner, and hie you to the south.
High thy fortune, honest nurse, farewell!
So smile the heavens upon this holy act, that after hours with sorrow chide us not.
Amen, amen. But come what sorrow can, it cannot countervail the exchange of joy that one short minute gives me in her sight. Do but close our hands with holy words, and let love devouring death do what he may. It is enough that I might call her mine.
These violent delights have violent ends, and in their triumph die like fire and powder, which when they kiss, consume. Oh, here comes thy bride. Oh, so light of foot, will never wear out to everlasting flint. A lover may bestride the gossamers that idles in the wanton summer air, and yet not fall. So light is vanity.
Good evening, my ghostly confessor.
Romeo shall thank thee, daughter, for us both.
And else to him his thanks is too much.
Ah, Juliet, if thy joy be heaped like mine, and that thy skill be more to blazon it, unfold with the imagined happiness that either received by either in this dear encounter.
Conceit, more rich in matter than in substance, brags of his substance, not ornament. They are but beggars that cannot count their worth. But my true love has grown to such excess that I cannot sum up some of half my worth.
Come with me. We will make short work, for, by your leaves, you shall not stay alone till Holy Church incorporate two in one.
I pray thee, good Mercutio, let's retire. The day is hot, the capitals are abroad, and if we meet, we shall not escape a brawl.
Thou art like one of these fellows that, when he enters the confines of a tavern, claps me his sword upon the table and says, God send me no need of thee.
By my head, here comes a Capulet.
By my heel I care not.
Gentlemen, Kristine, a word with one of you.
Oh, and but one word with one of us. Couple it with something. Make it a word and a blow.
You shall find me apt enough to that, sir, and you will give me occasion.
And can you take occasion without giving?
Mercutio, thou consortest with Romeo.
Consort. What, dost thou make us minstrels? And thou make minstrels of us look to hear nothing but discord. Here's my fiddlestick. Here's something that shall make us dance. Zoons, consort.
We talk here in the public haunt of men. Either withdraw unto some private place, or reason coldly of your grievances, or else depart. For here, all eyes gaze upon us.
Men's eyes were made to look, so let them gaze. I will not budge for no man's pleasure.
Romeo! The love I bear thee can afford no better term than this. Thou art a villain.
Tybalts, the reason I have to love thee doth much excuse the appertaining rage to such a greeting. Villain am I none, therefore farewell. I see thou knowest me not.
Boy, this shall not excuse the injuries that thou hast done me, therefore turn and draw.
I do protest I never injured thee, but love thee that is thou canst devise, till thou shalt know the reason of my love, and so, good Capulet, whose name I tender as dearly as mine own, be satisfied.
Dishonorable, vile submission. Tybalt, you rat catcher, will you walk?
What wouldst thou have with me?
Good king of cats, nothing but one of your 9 lives.
I am for you.
Gentle Mercutio, put thy rapier up.
Good sir, your passado.
Draw Benvolio, beat down their swords. Tybalt, Mercutio, the queen expressly hath forbid this banyan. Hold, Tybalt. Mercutio!
Away, Tybalt!
I am hurt! A plague of both your houses! I am sped!
Why art thou hurt?
Aye, a scratch. A scratch. Mary, tis enough. No, it's not as deep as a well, nor as wide as a church door. But tis enough. 'Twill serve. Ask for me tomorrow, and you shall find me a grave man. I am peppered, I warrant, with this world. A plague of both your houses! Zoons, a dog, a rat, a mouse, a cat, to scratch a man to death! A braggart, a rogue, a villain that fights by the book of arithmetic! Why the devil came you between us? I was hurt from under your arm.
I thought all for the best.
Take me into some house, Benvolio, or I shall faint. A plague about your houses! They have made worms meat of me. I shall have it, and soundly too. Your houses!
This gentleman, the Queen's near ally, and my friend hath got his mortal hurt on my behalf. Tybalt, my reputation stained by Tybalt. Tybalt that an hour hath been my kinsman.
Oh, Romeo! Romeo! Brave Mercutio is dead. That gallant spirit hath aspired the clouds, which hereto did scorn the earth.
These days, black fate on more days doth depend. This but begins the woe others must end.
Here's the furious Tybalt, back again.
Alive and triumph, and Mercutio slain, away to heaven, respective lenity, and fire-eyed fury be my conduct now. Now, Tybalt, the late thou gavest for Mercutio's soul is but a little way above our heads, standing for thine to keep him company. Either thou, or I, or both must go with him hence.
Thou wretched boy that didst consort him here, shall with him hence.
This shall determine that.
Romeo, if the citizens are up in Tybalt's Lane, you must be gone, for if the Queen sees thee here, she shall doom thee hence. Hence be gone, away.
Oh, I am fortune's fool.
Why dost thou stay?
Where are the vile beginners of this fray?
I know the untimely grievances of this fray, for here lies the man slain by Romeo that slew thy kinsman, brave Mercutio.
Tybalt, my cousin, oh, my brother's child, oh, Queen, oh, cousin, the blood is spilled of my dear kinsman. O Queen, as thou art true, for blood of ours shed blood of Montague.
Benvolio, who began this bloody fray?
Tybalt, here slain, who Romeo's hand did slay. Romeo that spoke him fair, bid him to think how nice this quarrel was, and urged withal your high displeasure. All this uttered with gentle breath, calm look, knees humbly bowed, could not take truce with the unruly spleen of Tybalt, deaf to peace. And Mercutio, who all is hot, turns deadly point to point. But that he tilts with piercing steel at bold Mercutio's breast. Romeo cries aloud, "Hold, friends! Friends, part!" And swifter than his tongue, his agile arm beats down their fatal points. And twixt them rushes, an envious blow from Tybalt hit the life of stout Mercutio. And then Tybalt fled. But by and by comes back to Romeo, who had but newly entertained revenge. And to it they go like lightning. For ere I could draw the part them was the stout Tybalt slain. And then did Romeo turn and fly. This is the truth, or let Benvolio die.
He is a kinsman to the Montague. Affection makes him false, he speaks not true. I beg for justice which thou, Queen, must give. Romeo slew Tybalt. Romeo must not live.
Romeo slew him. He slew Mercutio, who now the price of his dear blood doth owe.
Not Romeo, Queen, He was Mercutio's friend. His fault concludes, but what the law should end, the life of Tybalt.
And for that offense, immediately we do exile him hence. I have an interest in your heart's proceedings. My blood for your root broths doth lie a-bleeding. I will be deaf to pleading and excuses. Nor tears nor prayers shall purchase out abuses. Therefore use none. Let Romeo hence in haste. Else, when he is found, that hour is his last. Now bear hence his body and attend our will. Mercy but murders, pardoning those that kill.
Pace, you fiery-footed steeds, towards Phoebus' lodging. Such a wagoner as Phaeton would whip you to the west and bring in love-performing knights, so that Romeo may leap to these arms unseen and unspoken of. Lovers concede to do their amorous rites by their own beauties, or, if love be blind, it best agrees with night. Come, civil knight, thou sober-suited matron, all dressed in black, and learn me how to lose a winning match played for a pair of stainless maidenhoods. I have bought the mansion of a love, but not possessed it, and though I am sold, not yet enjoyed. Oh, I cannot wait till I do see my nurse, for she brings news of Romeo, and every tongue that speaks but Romeo's name speaks heavenly eloquence. Oh God, here she comes. Oh, nurse, what news? Me, what news? Why dost thou wring thy hands?
We're he's dead. He's dead. He's dead. We are undone, lady. We are undone. Oh, he's gone. He's killed. He's dead.
Can heaven be so envious?
Romeo can. Oh, heaven cannot. Oh, Romeo. Romeo, whoever would have thought it? Romeo.
What devil art thou that torment me thus? Hath Romeo slaughtered himself?
I saw the wound. God save the mark here on his manly breast. Piteous corpse, a bloody, piteous corpse.
Break my heart, for break, bro, break at once. Ne'er eyes ever look on liberty. Vile earth to earth resign and motion here, and thou and Romeo press one heavy bier.
Tybalt, the best friend I had. Oh, courteous Tybalt, honest gentleman that ever I should live to see thee dead.
What storm is this that blows so contrary? Is Romeo slaughtered and is Tybalt dead? My dearest cousin and my dearer lord?
Tybalt is gone, and Romeo banished. Romeo that killed him, he is banished.
Oh God, hath Romeo's hand shed Tybalt's blood?
It did. It did. Alack the day, it did.
Serpent hearted with a flowering face, arrogant dragon keep so fair a cave, fiend angelical, beautiful tyrant, dog-feathered raven, wolvish ravening lamb, that deceit should dwell in such a gorgeous palace.
Shame come to Romeo.
Blister be thy tongue for what thy speak. What a beast I was to chide at him.
If you speak well of him that killed your cousin?
Shall I speak ill of him that is my husband? Oh, poor Lord, what tongue shall smooth thy name when I, thy 3 hours wife, hath mangled it? Wherefore, villain, didst thou kill my cousin? That villain cousin would have killed my husband. Tybalt's dead. My husband lives that Tybalt would have slain, and Tybalt's dead that would have slain my husband. All this is comfort, wherefore weep I then. Tybalt's dead, and Romeo is banished. That banished, that one word banished, hath slain 10,000 Tybalts. Tybalt's dead, and Romeo is banished. To speak that word is father, mother, Tybalt, Romeo, Juliet, all dead, all slain. Romeo is banished. Where is my mother, nurse?
Fingered wailing over Tybalt's corpse. Will you go to her? I'll bring you thither.
Wash she his wounds with her tears, for mine will be spent for Romeo's banishment. Come, nurse, all to my wedding bed, and death, not Romeo, take my maidenhead.
Hie to your chamber. I'll find Romeo's comfort. I will dwell where he is, hark you.
Romeo would be good enough. He's good at once and find him and give him this ring and bid my true knight to give his last farewell.
Oh, Father, what news? What is the Queen's doom?
Too familiar is my dear son with such sour company. I bring thee tidings of the Queen's doom.
Oh, what worse than doomsday is the Queen's doom?
A gentler judgment vanished from her lips. Not body's death, but body's banishment.
Be merciful and say death, for banishment hath much more terror in his look, much more than death. Do not say banishment.
Here from Verona art thou banished. Be patient, for the world is broad and wide.
There is no world without Verona's walls, but purgatory, torture, hell itself. Hence, banished from the world banished from Verona is world exile, and world's exile is death. Calling now banishment is death misturned. Calling death banishment, thou cuts off my head with a golden axe, and smilest upon the stroke that murders me.
Oh, deadly sin! Oh, rude unthankfulness! Thy fault, our law calls death. The kind queen, taking thy part, hath rushed aside the law and turned that blackward death to banishment. This is dear mercy, and thou seest it not.
'Tis torture and not mercy. Heaven is here where Juliet lives, and every cat and dog and rat and every unworthy thing may look on her, but Romeo may not. No, Romeo may not, for he is banished. And sayest thou that banishment is not death? Hast thou no sharp ground knife, no poison mixed, no sudden means of death faster than banishment to kill me? Banishment! Oh, Friar, the damned use that word in hell. Howling attends it. How hast thou the heart, being a ghostly friar, a father, and my friend professed, to mangle me with that word? Banishment!
Thy fond madman, hear me a little speak.
Oh, wilt thou speak again of banishment?
I'll give thee armor to keep off that word. Adversity, sweet milk. Adversity, sweet milk, philosophy.
Hang up philosophy. Unless philosophy can make me a Juliet. Speak no more. He prevails not.
Oh, then I see madmen have no ears.
How should they when wise men have no eyes?
Let me dispute with thee of thy estate.
Thou canst not talk of thou that does not feel.
Romeo, arise! One knocks. Good Romeo, someone will find thee.
Not I. Unless the breath of heartsick groans, mist-like, enfold me from the search of eyes.
Hark how they knock. Who's there? Arise, Romeo, thou wilt be taken. Stay a while. Who knocks so loud? Whence come you? What's your will?
Let me come in and you shall know my errand. I come from Lady Juliet.
Welcome then.
Where's Romeo?
There on the ground with his own tears made drunk.
Oh, he is even in my mistress's case, just in her case. Oh, woeful sympathy, piteous predicament. Even so lies she, blubbering and weeping, weeping and blubbering. Oh, stand up, rise and stand, for Juliet's sake.
Speakest thou of Juliet? Oh, does she not think me an old murderer now that I have stained the childhood of our joy with blood removed but a little from her own?
She says nothing, sir, but weeps and weeps. Starts on her bed on Tybalt falls, and then on Romeo cries, and then down falls again.
Tell me, Friar, tell me, in what vile part of this anatomy doth my name lodge? Tell me that I might sack the hateful mansion!
Hold thy desperate hand! Art thou a man? Thy form cries out thy art, the wild axe denotes the unreasonable fury of a beast. By my brotherhood, I thought thy disposition better tempered. Hast thou slain Tybalt? Wouldst thou slay thyself and slay thy love that in thy life lives, but doing damned hate upon thyself? What? Rouse thee, man! Thy Juliet is alive, for whose dear sake thou wast but lately dead. There art thou happy. Tybalt would slay thee, but thou slayest Tybalt. There art thou happy. The law, which threatens death, has turned it to exile. There art thou happy. A pack of blessings light upon thy back. Happiness courts thee in her best array. But like a misbehaved and sullen wench, thou pouts upon thy love and thy fortune. Take heed, for such die miserable. Go to thy love as was decreed. Hence and comfort her. But look, thou stay not till the watch be set, for then thou canst not pass to Mantua, for there thou shalt live till we can find a time to blaze your marriage, reconcile your friends, and beg pardon of the queen, and then call thee back with 20, 100, 1,000 times more joy than thou wentst forth in lamentation. Go before, nurse. Commend me to thy lady. Romeo is coming.
Lord, I could have stayed all night to hear good counsel. Oh, what good learning is. My lord, I'll tell my lady you will come.
Do so. Bid my sweet prepare to chide.
Here, sir, a ring she bid me give you, sir. Make haste, or it grows very late.
How well my comfort is revived by this.
Begone, good night. And here stands all your state. Either be gone before the watch be set, or in the morning disguise from hence. Sojourn in Mantua. I'll find out your man, and he shall signify from time to time every good hap to you that chances here. Give me your hand. 'Tis late. Goodbye. Farewell.
Farewell.
Things have fallen out, sir, so unluckily, that we have had no time to move our daughter. Look you, she loved her kinsman Tybalt dearly, and so did I. Well, we were born to die.
These times of woe afford no times to woo. But good night, madam. Commend me to your daughter.
I will. I know her mind early tomorrow. Tonight she's mewed up to her heaviness. Sir Paris, I will make a desperate tender of my child's love. I think she shall be ruled in all respects by me. Nay, more, I doubt it not. But soft, what day is this?
'Tis Monday, madam.
Monday. Well, Wednesday is too soon. On Thursday, let it be. On Thursday. She shall be married to this noble earl. Will you be ready? Do you like this haste? We'll keep no great ado, for Tybalt being slain so very late, it may be thought we held him carelessly, being our kinsman if we revel much. Therefore we'll have some half a dozen friends, and there an end. But what say you to Thursday?
I would that Thursday were tomorrow.
Well, get you gone. Farewell, my lord. For me it is so very late that we may call it early by and by. Good night.
Wilt thou be gone so? It is not yet day. It was the nightingale and not the lark that pierced the fearful hollow of thine ear. Nightly she sings on yon pomegranate tree. Swear it, love, it was the nightingale.
It's the lark, the herald of the morn. O nightingale, look, love, what envious streaks do lace the clouds in yonder east. Night's candles are burnt out, and jocund day stands tiptoe in the misty mountaintops. Must be gone and live, or stay and die.
Yon light is not daylight, says I. It is a meteor exhaled by the sun to be a torchbearer and light thee on thy way to Mantua. Therefore stay, you need not yet be gone.
Let me be taken, let me be put to death. Juliet wills it so. I'll say, yon gray is not morning's eye, nor is it the lark whose notes do beat the vaulty heaven so high above our heads. Therefore care to stay than will to go. Come, death, and welcome. How is my soul? Let's talk. It is not morning.
It is. My hens be gone away. It is the lark who sings so out of tune, straining harsh discords and unpleasing sharps. Some say the lark makes these divisions, but none so. She divides us. Some
say the lark and the loathing come change eyes. It is, be gone away. More light and light it grows.
More light and light, more dark and dark our woes.
Madam,
Nurse,
your lady mother is coming to your chamber. The day is broke. Be wary with the gospel.
and window, let in day, let out light.
Farewell. One kiss and I'll descend.
Art thou gone so? Husband, friend, lord, I love? I need to hear from thee every hour in the day, for in a minute there are many days. And by this count I shall be much in years, ere next I behold my Romeo.
I will omit no opportunity to convey my greetings to thee, love.
Thinkest thou we ever shall meet again?
I doubt it not. And all these woes will serve as sweet discourses in our times to come.
I have an ill-divining soul, and thinks I see thee now that thou art so low as though one dead in a tomb. Either my eyesight fails, or thou lookest pale.
Trust me, love, so do you. Thy sorrow drinks our blood. Adieu. Adieu.
Fortune, fortune, all men call thee fickle. If thou art fickle, what dost thou with him that is renowned for faith? Fortune be fickle, for then I hope that thou wilt not keep him long, but send him back.
Oh, daughter, are you up?
He is my lady mother.
How now, Juliet?
I am not well, madam.
Evermore weeping for your cousin's death. What? Thou washing from his grave his tears? And if thou wilt suffer long in your grave, therefore,
I cannot help but feel the loss.
so shall you feel the loss, but not the times which you weep.
Feeling so the loss, I cannot help but weep the friend.
Well, Juliet, thou weepst not so much for his death as that the villain lived which slaughtered him.
What villain is that, madam?
That same villain, Romeo.
Villain and he be many miles asunder. God pardon him, as I do with all my heart, and doth no one grieve him like my heart.
That is because the traitor murderer lives.
And I would from these hands, so vengeful of a cousin's death.
We will have vengeance for it, fear thou not. Then weep no more. I'll send to one in Mantua, where that same banished renegade doth live, shall give him such an unaccustomed dram, that he shall soon keep Tybalt company. And then, I hope, thou wilt be satisfied.
Indeed, I never shall be satisfied till I behold Romeo. Dead is my poor heart for so a kinsman vexed. Madam, if you were to find a man but to bear a poison, I would temper it, so that Romeo, upon receipt thereof, may soon sleep in quiet.
Find thou the means, and I'll find such a man. But now, I'll give thee joyful tidings, girl.
And in such a needy time, what are those, beseech your ladyship?
Well, well, thou hast a careful mother, child, one who, to put thee from thy heaviness, hath sorted out a sudden day of joy.
And happy time, what day is that, madam?
Marry, my child, early next Thursday morn, the gallant, young, and noble gentleman, the County Paris, at St. Peter's Church, shall happily make thee there a joyful bride.
Now by St. Peter's Church and Peter's to me there shall not make me a joyful bride. I wonder at this haste that I should have to wed ere husband comes to woo. God pardon you, my lady, I will not marry unless it be Romeo, whom you know I hate, rather than Paris. These are news indeed.
I see she gives us thanks. I would the fool were married to her grave. Is she not proud? Doth she not count her blessed, unworthy as she is, that we have brought so worthy a gentleman to be her bride?
Not proud that you have, but
by my lady wisdom. Hold thy tongue, good prudence, matter with thy gossips, go.
Speak no treason.
Oh, go you.
They will not speak.
Taste, you mumbling fool. Of your gravity or of gossip's bowl, for here we need it not. God's bread, it makes me mad. Day, night, hour, tide, time, work, play, alone, in company. Still, my care hath been to have her matched. And now, having provided a gentleman of noble parentage, and then to have a wretched, puling fool, a whining mammet in her fortune's tender, to answer, I'll not wed, I cannot love, I am too young, I pray you pardon me. Then you cannot wed, I'll pardon you. Raise where you will, you shall not house with me. Look to it, think on it, I do not use to jest. Lay hand on heart, advise. Thursday, if you be mine, I'll give you one. If you be not,
Madam, I do beseech you, delay this marriage for a month, a week, for if you do not make a bridal bed in that dim monument where Sybil lies.
talk not to me, for I'll not speak a word. Do as thou wilt, for I am done with thee.
Oh God, oh nurse, my fate is in heaven, my husband is on earth. Hast thou some comfort, some counsel? Good nurse.
Thank you. Romeo is banished to all the world for nothing, and he bears there childless. Do must be by stealth. The case so stands as now adopted, and it is best to marry when they found him. He's a lovely gentleman. Romeo is at the dish probably. He is so great, so fair, and I as Paris high. Through my very heart, I think you are happy in this city. Yourselves were first. If it were not, the first is dead, the worst living one is living here now, what you say.
Speakest thou from thy heart?
With my soul too.
Thou hast comforted me marvelous much. Go in and tell my lady mother I am to Lawrence's cell for having displeased her. Confess and be absolved.
Mary, I will, and this is wisely done.
Ancient damnation, O most wicked fiend! Go, counselor, thou and thy bosom between. I to the friar to know his remedy. If all else fails, myself have power to die.
On Thursday, sir. The time is very short.
Mother Capulet will have it so, and I am nothing slow to slap her haste.
You say you don't know your young bride's mind. Uneven is the course. I like it not.
Immoderately she weeps for Tybalt's death, and therefore have I not talked of love, for Venus smiles not in a house of tears. And now you know the reason for this haste.
I would I know not why it should be slowed. But look, sir, here comes thy lady toward myself.
Happily met, my lady and my wife.
That may be, sir, when I may be a wife.
What may be must be on Thursday next.
What must be shall be.
Come you here to make confession to this father?
To answer that, I should confess to you.
Do not deny to him that you love me.
I will confess that I do love him.
So be it. I am sure that you love me.
That be so, it be of more price being spoke behind your back than to your face.
Poor soul, thy face is much abused with tears.
There is no slander, but is truth, and what I spake it to my face.
Thy face is mine, and thou hast slandered it.
That may be so, for it is not mine own. Holy Father, are you at leisure now, or shall I come to you at evening mass?
My leisure serves me, pensive daughter. Now, my lord, we must entreat the time alone.
God shield I should disturb devotion. Juliet, on Thursday morning will I rouse thee. Until then, adieu, and keep this holy kiss.
God, shut the door, and when thou hast done so, come weep with me, past hope, past care, past help.
Oh, Juliet, I already know thy grief, and it strays me past the compass of my wits. I hear thou must, and nothing may prorogue it, on Thursday next be married to this county.
Tell me not that thou hearest of this, unless thou tell me how I may remedy it. And if not, then I shall help it presently. Thou doubt my resolution wise, with this knife I shall end both. God join my heart and Romeo's ere our hands, and with this hand that which is sworn to Romeo shall be the label to another deed. Should my treacherous heart be sworn to the side, then this shall slay them both. Be not so long to speak, I long to die. If what thou speakest, speak not of remedy.
Oh, dear daughter, I do spy a kind of hope, which craves as desperate an execution, as desperate as which we would prevent. If, rather than to marry County Paris, thou hast the strength of will to slay thyself, then is it likely thou would undertake a thing like death, to chide away the shame that copeth with death itself, to escape from it. And if thou darest, I'll give thee remedy.
Oh, bid me leave rather than marry Paris off the battlements of any tower, so that I may live an unstained wife to my sweet love.
Oh, go home, be merry, give consent to marry Paris. Wednesday is tomorrow. Tomorrow night, look that thou lie alone. Let not the nurse lie with thee in their chamber. Take thou this vial, and this distilling liquor drink thou off. When presently through all thy veins shall run a cold and drowsy humor, for no pulse advances native progress, but surcease. No warmth, no breath shall testify thou livest. The roses in thy lips and cheeks shall fade to paly ashes. Thy eyes' window fall like death when he shuts the day of light. And in this borrowed likeness of shrunk death, thou shalt continue 42 hours, and then awake as if from a pleasant sleep. Now, when the bridegroom comes in the morning to rouse thee, there art thou dead. In the meantime, against the time thou shalt awake, shall Romeo by my letters know our drift. Hither will he come. He and I will watch thy waking. And that very same night shall Romeo bear thee off hence to Mantua. And this shall free thee from this present shame, if no inconstant toy nor woman's fear abate thy valor in the acting it.
Tell me not of fear.
Oh, go home. Be strong and prosperous in this resolve. I'll send a friar with speed to Mantua with my letters to thy lord.
Love shall give strength, and strength shall help afford. Farewell, dear father.
So many guests to invite. What, is my daughter gone to Friar Lawrence?
I forsooth.
Well, he may chance to do some good on her. A peevish, self-willed harlotry it is.
See where she comes from thrift, very low.
Why, how now, my headstrong? Where have you been gadding?
Where I have learned to give myself to the disobedient sin of which I was so rude to you in your behest, and am enjoined by holy Lawrence to fall prostrate here and beg your pardon. Pardon, I do beseech you, henceforward. I am ever ruled by you.
Send for the county. Go tell him of this. I'll have this knotted up tomorrow morning.
I met the youthful lord at Lawrence's cell, where I gave him what becometh love I might, not overstepping bounds of modesty.
Glad on it. This is well. Stand up. Now, afore God, this reverend holy friar, all our whole city is much bound to him.
Nurse, will you come with me to my closet to help me find some fits that will furnish me for tomorrow?
There is time enough. Go, nurse. Go with her. My heart is wondrous light, since this same wayward girl is so reclaimed.
my nurse. These attires are best. Now, leave me to myself tonight, for I have need of many orisons to make the heavens smile upon my state, which, thou know it, is cross and full of sin.
Need you my help?
No, madam. We have pulled such necessaries as are behooveful of our state tonight. Now, leave me to myself tonight, and have the nurse sleep with you, for I am sure you have your hands full all in all this so sudden business.
Good night. Get thee to bed and rest, for thou hast need.
Farewell. God knows when we shall meet again. I have a faint, cold fear that thrills through my veins, slowly freezes up the heat of life. I'll call them back to comfort me. Nurse! What should she do here? My dismal scene, I needs must act alone. Come, vial, into my wine. What if this mixture does not work? Shall I then be married tomorrow morning? What if I wake ere my Romeo comes to redeem me? That's a fearful point. Shall I not then be stifled in that ancient vault, a receptacle for where this many hundred years all the bones of my buried ancestors are packed, where bloody Tybalt yet but green and shroud lies festering in the earth? Where they say at some hours of the night spirits resort. Oh, shall I not be then so distraught that I madly play with my poor father's joints and with a great kinsman's bone as with a club dash out my desperate brains? Oh, look! Methinks I see my cousin's ghost seeking out Romeo, who did spit his body upon a rapier's point. Stay, Tybalt! Stay! Romeo! 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 Here's drink. I drink to thee.
Mistress! What Mistress Juliet? Fast, I warned her she... Why, lamb, why, lady. Why, you slug of bed. Sleep for a week. For the next night, I warrant the county Paris hath set up his rest that you should rest but a little. God forgive me. How sound is she asleep? I needs must wake you. Lady? Lady? Drunk? What dressed in your clothes? I must needs wake you. Lady? Lady? Alas, help! Help! My lady is dead!
What noise is this?
Oh, lamentable day!
What is the matter?
Look! Look, oh heavy day! Oh me! Oh me! My child! My only child! Revive and look up, or I will die with thee! Help! Help! Call help! She's dead, deceased, she's dead. Alack the day! Alack the day! She's dead, she's dead, she's dead! Alas! She's cold! Her blood is settled and her joints are stiff. Life and these lips have long been separated. Death lies on her like an untimely frost upon the sweetest flower of all the field. Oh, lamentable day!
Come, is the bride ready to go to church?
Ready to go, but never to return. Oh, son, the night before thy wedding day hath death lain with thy wife.
here she lies, flower as she was, deflowered by him. Death is my son-in-law, death is my heir. My daughter he hath wedded. I will die and leave him all, life, living, all death.
Have I longed to see this morning's face, and doth it give me such a sight as this?
You cursed, unhappy, wretched, hateful day, most miserable hour that e'er time spent in lasting labor of his pilgrimage. But one poor and loving child, the one thing to rejoice and solace in, and cruel death hath catched him from my sight.
Divorced, beguiled, wronged, spited, slain, oh, detestable death, by thee beguiled, by thee overcome. Oh, love, oh, life, not love, but love in death.
And with my child, my joys are buried.
Heaven and yourself had a part in this fair maid. Now heaven hath all, and all the better is it for the maid. Above the clouds, as high as heaven itself. Oh, in this love, you love the child so ill that you run mad, seeing that she is well. But she's not well married that lives married long, but she's best married that dies married young. Dry up your tears and stick your rosemary on this corpse, and, as the custom is, and in her best array, bear her to church.
Our bridal flowers serve for a buried corpse, and all things change them to the contrary.
And go, Sir Paris. Everyone, prepare to follow this fair corpse unto her grave.
If I may trust the flattering truth of sleep, my dreams presage some joyful news at hand. I dreamt my lady came and found me dead. A strange dream that gives a dead man leave to think, and breathed such life with kisses in my lips that I revived and was an emperor. Ah me, how sweet is love itself possessed, that but love's shadows are so rich in joy. Who's from Verona? How now, Balthazar? Dost thou not bring me letters from the friar? How doth my lady? Is my father well? How is my Juliet? That I ask again, for nothing can be ill if she be well.
When she is well and nothing can be ill, her body sleeps in Cable's monument, and her form requires with angels lives. I saw her laid low in her Hilliard's wall, and presently took bold to tell it you. Oh, pardon me for bringing this ill news, since you did leave it to my office, sir.
Is it even so? Then I deny you, stars! Go, thou knowest my logic. Give me ink and paper, I will hence tonight.
I do beseech you, sir, have patience. Your looks are pale and wild, and do import some misadventure.
Tush, thou art deceived. Go and do the thing I bid thee do. Hast thou no letters to me from the friar?
No, my good lord.
No matter, get thee gone. Well, Juliet, I will lie with thee tonight. Let's see for means. Oh, mischief, thou art swift to enter into the thoughts of a desperate man. I do remember an apothecary, and hereabout he dwells, which late I noted in tattered weeds, overgrown brows, culling of simples, meager were his looks. Noting this penury to myself, I said, and if a man did need drugs, poison, whose sale is present death in Mantua, there lies a caitiff wretch would sell to him. The same thought did forerun my need, and this same needy man must sell it to me. If I remember, this should be the house. Being holiday, the beggar's shop is shut. Apothecary! Who calls so loud? Come hither, man. I see that thou art poor. Here's 40 ducats. Let me have a dram of poison, such soon speed and gear that it will disperse itself to the taker's veins, that the life-weary taker may lie dead.
Such mortal drugs I have, but Mantua's law is death to any he that utters them.
Art thou so bare and full of wretchedness and fearest to die? Famine is in thy cheeks. Need and oppression starveth on thy eyes.
My poverty, but not my will, consents.
I pay thy poverty and not thy will.
Put this in any liquid thing you will, and if you had the strength of 20 men, it would dispatch you straight.
Here's thy gold. Worse poison to men's souls, doing more murder in this loathsome world than these poor compounds that thou mayst not sell. I have sold thee poison, and thou hast sold me none. Go, buy food and get thyself in flesh. Come, cordial and not poison, with me to Juliet's grave, for there I must use thee.
Holy Franciscan Friar! Brother, how?
This saint should be the voice of Friar John. Welcome from Mantua. What's his Romeo? Or if his mind be writ, give me his letter.
Going to find a barefoot brother out, one of our order to associate me, here in the city visiting the sick and finding him. The searchers of the town, suspecting that we both were in a house where the infectious pestilence did reign, sealed up the doors and would not let us forth, so that my speed to Mantua there was stayed.
Who bear my letter to Romeo, then?
I could not send it. Here it is again. Nor find a messenger to bring it thee. So fearful were they of infection.
Unhappy fortune! By my brotherhood, the letter was not nice, but full of charge, of dear import, and in neglecting it may do much danger. Friar John, be gone. Now I must to the monument alone. Within this 3 hours will fair Juliet wake, and she will bestrew me much for not letting Romeo notice of these accidents. But I will write again to Mantua, and keep her at my cell till Romeo come. Oh, poor living corpse, closed in a dead man's tomb!
Sweet flower, with flowers the bridal bed I strew. Oh, woe, thy canopy is dust and stone, with which sweet water nightly will I do, or, if wanting that, with tears, distilled with moans, the obsequies that I will keep for thee, nightly to strew thy grave, and weep. My page give notice someone doth approach. What cursed foot wanders this way tonight, to cross my obsequies and true love's right? Night, muffle me a while.
Hold, take thou this. Early in the morning sit thou deliver it to my lord and father. Whenever thou hearest or seest, stand all aloof. Do not interrupt me in my course. The reason that I descend into this bed of death is partly to behold my beloved's face, but chiefly to take from her finger a ring that I will use in dear employment. But if thou jealous dost return to pride, by heaven, I will tear thee joint by joint, and strew this hungry churchyard with your limbs.
I will be gone, sir, and not trouble you.
So thou shalt show me friendship. Take thou this. Be gone. Live and be prosperous.
For all the same, I'll hide me hereabout, whose looks I fear, and his intent I doubt.
This is that banished, haughty Montague that murdered my love's cousin, with which grief, it is supposed, the fair creature died, and here is come to do some villainous shame to the dead bodies. I will apprehend him. Stop, thou vile toil, Montague. Can vengeance be pursued further than death? Condemned villain, I do apprehend thee. Obey, and go with me, for thou must die.
I must indeed, therefore came I hither. By heaven, I love thee better than I love myself, for I come armed against myself. Be gone, and live, and hereafter say that a madman's mercy bid thee run away.
I do defy thy combination, and apprehend thee for a felon. Here! Oh, I am slain. If thou be merciful, lay me with Juliet.
In faith, I will. Let me peruse this face. Mercutio's kinsman, noble County Paris. What said my man when my betrothed soul did not attend as we rode? Said he that Paris should have married Juliet? Or said he not so? Or did I dream it so? Or am I mad hearing him talk of Juliet? Oh, my love. Oh, my lady. Death that hath sucked the honey of thy breath hath no power yet on thy beauty. Beauty's ensign is crimson yet in thy lips and in thy cheeks, and death's pale flag is not advanced here. Shall I believe that unsubstantial death is amorous, and that the lean, abhorred monster keeps thee here in dark to be his paramour? Here will I remain, with worms that are thy chambermaids, and set up my everlasting rest. Shake the yoke of inauspicious stars with this world-wearied flesh. Now, eyes, look your last. Arms, take your last embrace. And lips, oh, you the doors of breath, seal now with a righteous kiss. Come, bitter conduct. Come, unsavory guide. Thou desperate pilot, run at once on the rocks your seasick, weary bark. Here's to my love. Oh, true apothecary, thy drugs are quick. Thus, with a kiss, I die.
Alack! Alack! What is this blood that stains the stony entrance of the sepulchre? What mean these masterless and gory swords to lie discolored by this place of peace? Oh, Romeo! Oh, Hail! Who else? Paris, too! Seeped in blood! Oh, what unkind hour is guilty this lamentable chance? The lady stirs.
Comfortable Friar, where is my lord? I remember well where I should be, and I am there. Where is my Romeo?
Lady, come from that nest of death, contagion, and unnatural sleep. Come away. Thy husband in thy bosom there, lies dead, and Paris too. Come, I'll dispose of thee among a sisterhood of holy nuns. Stay not to question, for the watch is coming. Come, go, good Juliet. I dare no longer stay.
Go, get thee hence away, for I will not away. What's this? What's in my true love's hand? Poison, I see, hath been his timely end. Charles drunk all and left no friendly drop. Perhaps some hang on my lips. Kill me with a restorative. My lips are warm. Then I'll be brief. With this dagger, oh happy dagger, here is thy sheath. There rust and let me die.
Pitiful sight! Here lies Juliet, bleeding, warm, and newly dead, who here hath lain the past 2 days buried.
What misadventure is up so early that calls a person from our morning rest?
All the people in the streets cry Romeo. Some Juliet and some Paris. and all run with open outcry toward our monuments.
What fear is this which startles in our ears?
Sovereign, here lies in County Paris slain, and Romeo dead, and Juliet dead before, but warm and new-killed.
Search, seek, and know how this foul murder comes.
Here's a friar.
Oh, heavens! Only this dagger hath mistaken. For lo, its back is empty in the back of Montague, and it missheathed in my daughter's bosom. Oh me, this sight of death is as a bell that warns my old age to a sepulchre.
Come, Montague, thou art up early to see thy son and heir now early down. Look, and thou shalt see.
O thou untaught, what manners is in this to press before thy father to a grave?
Seal up the mouth of outrage for a while, till we can clear these ambiguities, and know their spring, their head, their true descent, and then will I be general of your woes, and even lead you to death. Meantime, forbear, let mischance be slave to patience. Bring forth the parties of suspicion.
I am the greatest, able to do least, yet most suspect as the time and place doth make against me in this direful murder. And here I stand, both to impeach and purge, myself condemned and myself excused.
Then say at once what thou dost to know in this.
I'll be brief, for my short date of breath is not so long as is a tedious tale. Romeo, there dead, was husband to that Juliet, and she, there dead, that Romeo's faithful wife. I married them, and their stolen marriage day was Tybalt's doomsday, whose banishment from the city caused the new-made bridegroom to be banished from the city. You, to remove that grief from her, betrothed and would have her married perforce to Paris. Then comes she to me, and with wild looks bid me devise some mean to rid her from this second marriage. Or in my cell there, she would kill herself. Then I gave her a sleeping potion, which so took effect as I intended, for it wrought on her the form of death. In the meantime, I writ to Romeo that he should hither come, as this dire night, to help take her from her borrowed grave, being this time the potion's force should cease. But he was for my letter, Friar John, was stayed by accident, and yesterday returned my letter back. Then all alone came I to take her from her kindred's vault, meaning to keep her closely myself so I could conveniently send to Romeo. But when I came here untimely late, good Romeo and true Paris dead. All this I know, and to the marriage her nurse is privy. If aught in this miscarried by my fault, let my old life be sacrificed.
We still have known thee for a holy man. Where's Romeo's friend? What can he say to this?
Romeo knew of Juliet's death, and in post he came from Mantua to the same place, to the same monument. I have obtained this letter, and it was meant for his father.
This letter doth to make good on the friar's words, their course of love, the tidings of her death. And here he writes that he did buy poison of a poor apothecary, and therewithal came to this vault to die and lie with Juliet. Where be these enemies? Capulet, Montague, see what the scourge is laid upon your hate. The heaven finds means to kill your joys with love. All are punished.
Oh, Brother Montague, give me thy hand.
but I can give thee more. For I will ray her statue in pure gold, that whiles Verona by that name is known, there shall no figure at such rate be set as that of true and faithful Juliet.
As rich shall Romeo's by his lady's lives, for sacrifice of our enmity.
A gloomy peace this morning with it brings. The sun for sorrow will not show his head. Go hence and have more talk of these sad things. Some shall be pardoned and some punished yet. For never was a story of such wealth than this of Juliet and her Romeo.